This week, I look at whether political pundits are vastly overestimating chances of quadruple-impeached Donald Trump regaining the presidency, pick my standout person of week, and share something different. For Prompt 2024, get insights on biggest questions of 2024 election cycle. ArrowRight. What caught my eye? The media's obsession with early, irrelevant polls leads them to conclude that Trump is now presumptive nominee. New Hampshire favorite win presidency. But if we look beyond the premature and entirely non-predictive general election polls to examine Trump's candidacy, his weaknesses appear overwhelming. For starters, it's not good news for a party to fall from power if election currently revolves around suitability of challenger rather than performance of incumbent. Past presidential challengers like Mitt Romney, John McCain, John F. Kerry and Al Gore had no extra hurdles to prove they were sane, law-abiding and pro-democracy. Trump does this and reinforces these concerns every time he opens his mouth. Consider the heavy baggage that comes with Trump. With less than 55% of the vote in New Hampshire and Iowa, his results were poor for someone with near universal name recognition. GOP turnout in Iowa was mediocre at best. In New Hampshire, independents showed up in droves, but Republicans made up a surprisingly small share of primary voters. His weakness among independent voters in New Hampshire should worry Republicans. A small group of dedicated followers does not necessarily mean widespread enthusiasm for the candidate. Moreover, Trump looks more confused, incoherent and weak than ever. Confusing former President Barack Obama with President Biden. Confusing Nancy Pelosi with Nikki Haley. Rambling on about made UP questions on a cognitive test. And mixing up world wars gives the impression that he's slipping. Former Rep. Denver Riggleman shared on X, confusion and lack of awareness is a trend. It's aging very fast. I hope his family is getting him the help he needs. Imagine Biden pulling off even one of these nonsense. Or slurring his words like Trump periodically does. Beyond that, many Republicans say they won't vote for him if he is convicted of a crime. The probability of such a situation occurring in the employment case in New York or the January 6th Capitol riot case is quite high. Along the way, outbursts, tantrums, and courtroom bullying antics similar to those he displayed in civil cases will be in the news. And he'll probably repeat some of the tirades on the courthouse steps. There is no doubt that he will continually reinforce the perception that he is unstable, irrational, vindictive and unstable. And remember, the jury in E. Jean Carroll's civil trial had already found him to be an incorrigible liar and sexual predator. E. Jean Carroll is expected to receive a second verdict for defamation. And the Ulant business valuation case in New York may underscore his urge to inflate his ego with more lies. Repeatedly prosecuted,